quadrillions of dollars. That's right. Huge amounts of money will flow through these networks over the next few years. There are 25 billion Bitcoins on the chain right now. Not even 1 trillion. Also, you might think I'm crazy when I say quadrillions of dollars. The world is brand new again. We talked about this change a year, 2 years, 3 years, and more than 4 years ago. It's going on. You are now on the good internet. This is what Ripple told us to watch out for. We were told this by these big banks. Also, do you know what? We're in it. This is just getting started. It all started when a dollar hit a public network. There are more than 25 billion on chain. This is only the beginning. Let's talk about XRP now. The price of XRP has gone up 34% in just 30 days. We now have almost $160 million. We can scroll down to see what's happened in the last 30 days. We need to open the T-bill safe. U.S. government bonds worth at least $45,500,000, and then short-term U.S. notes. Also, that's more than $30 million or $30 billion. The XRP library also has a few other things. But I want you all to know that this is just the beginning. Almost everything has. Not yet added to the FCP system. This is also the reason there are only 2 stable coins here. The XRP record has at least 5 stable coins, and that will stay that way for a few weeks or months. However, the XRP system's tokenized value keeps going up. It will be home to billions, tens of billions, hundreds of billions, and finally trillions of dollars. Along with those other thoughts, I also think XRP will be worth a lot of money. Nick, some people might ask you why you think that. What makes you that way? Are you sure about that? There's a lot of money out there, so this room will be full. We also need to think about XRP. It has been around for more than 10 years and has been killing it. A lot of big money in the market loves XRP, and the X are PL. Big players in the market are also being pushed to use XRP for institutional DeFi and even tokenized use cases. In the next few years, there will be a lot of projects in this area. These are the projects that are useful and have worth in the real world. In the future, these networks will be used, and XRP will be worth a lot of money when a lot of money flows through them every day. It's clear that some of these networks are becoming more and more important very quickly. The XRP token, which is used to run this network, will change a lot because of that. The SEC's crypto task force just told us that they will be having a number of meetings across the US. Those things are taking place now. In fact, this is with. Let's start right away. This looks good to me. This has to do with those big efforts we saw not long ago. As an example, think about tokenization. We'll talk a lot about tokenization. But first, let's look at the quote. There were roundtables in Washington, D.C. this spring, but many people were unable to attend. These people may not have had a chance to have their say in past decisions. Any new rules for crypto will have a big effect. And the crypto task group wants to make sure that we talk to as many people as possible. This is also very interesting because because guess what? The SEC wants to work with this company to make sure they do this right. If they don't get this right, the US will quickly fall behind the other countries. Let's face it, this is a global tech race, and we need to win. If we can get hundreds of trillions of dollars to be spent on US-based or at least US-based blockchain networks, then the US wins. So we're putting our attention on networks like XRP, HBR, Stellar, Algorand, and others like them. Caroline Dime also said, today, I announced that the CFTC will begin a crypto sprint to work closely with the SEC to make President Trump's promise of a golden age of crypto come true. It's true that Paul Atkins and Hester Pierce will work on the SEC Gov project crypto. The US is back. This time it's the CFTC. We already know that in 2022, Caroline D. Pam from the CFTC talked with Ripple. We can see the change. Also, Paul Atkins said that chain is where all the money is coming from. This gets a big thumbs up for vague thoughts. It is not $1 trillion. Think about a quadrillion. I have to take. For a moment, think about how much $1 quadrillion is. $10,000 is something we don't know. Not even $1 quadrillion. There is still a huge amount of money on these public networks or crypto that hasn't been touched. A market that is worth less than $4 trillion. It doesn't matter how good you feel, guys. Think about something 100 times bigger. The biggest change in the history of the world is just getting going. The US is being pushed to be the hub of this revolution in blockchain banks. We shouldn't bet against US-based crypto companies. I agree too. It's important to us because of this. This is why we care most about Stellar, Hydera, and Algorand. If you are not locked in right now, you will miss out on a huge amount of money in the long run. Besides that, we have this from Domfalk. That's what I did. I already put this in a movie, but I want to talk about it again. What the SEC said needs to be heard and said again. Paul Atkins said that companies from Silicon Valley and Wall Street are waiting outside their doors to tokenize. We know that all of these big players, from Goldman Sachs and Blackstone to everyone else, want to tokenize. What did Us.Thankx call it? Justin is the CEO of Robinhood. Us.Thankx says that the new banking system is based on tokenization. It's no longer a secret. A new era has begun in business. This is the start over for everyone. Besides that, the SEC will soon move all markets to the blockchain. This proves what Biased Views said. Thanks a lot, Smoke Dog. The whole market that tokenization can reach is shown below. 187% of the world's money is owed. 20 trillion in real estate funds, 7 trillion in private income, 42 trillion in securities, and 12 trillion in trade. Money. In total, 268 trillion. But here's the thing. This has nothing to do with Smoke Dog. I understand where he's coming from. The derivatives are not taken into account in this number. The value of real estate changes all the time. So it doesn't take that into account. In fact, real estate funds are part of it. But real estate around the world is worth more than $300 trillion. This number 5 times over. That may sound crazy, but that's the value we want. You should also check out these places because everything is already moving on chain. The land is already on the chain for us. There are already securities on chain for you. There is money on the chain for trade. There are stocks on the chain. A lot of places are going on chain, which we know. The DTC just told us about this on the 31st. It's a big deal. That same day, the SEC talked about how much money was moving on the blockchain. The DTCC, or Greater Collateral Test, wasn't just for fun. Also, it was a sneak peek at what's coming up. Scalable infrastructure that can be used in production is built on top of smart contracts that automatically handle the life cycle of security. Take a look. Yes, this is the start of something great. When a high-fidelity collateral process is used, smart contracts store the whole process, or life cycle, of collateral as an object. After that, this object can be put inside of other objects, like in a repo transaction, which is another. Word for giving. This kind of loan can be added to other kinds of loans, like a home loan or trade finance. For example, the title to the house can be used as collateral for a mortgage loan. Smart contracts let you handle the whole process and add it to a bigger financial process. Everybody can be smart.